What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk here. I am back with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Leafs 5-2 win over the Buffalo Sabres. Shout out to producer guy Phil, who is at the game, Arcade Regiment. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to him. He is a beauty. He was at the game. Leafs got a big win, 5-2 for him, so that one was for Phil for sure. Just a great game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. There was some spots where I wasn't too happy with their play, but nonetheless, a 5-2 victory. Matthews out of the lineup. Freddie Anderson not playing. Curtis McElhinney had a good game. Let's get right into it. The Leafs are pouring on some wins, and it's good to see. Alright, so first we always go with the goalie stats. I have my phone here with all the stats that I like to talk about. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit here. Curtis McElhinney, like I mentioned, he had 40 shots against, 2 goals against for 38 saves, which is a very good night for him. Too many shots being poured on the Leafs goaltender. Still, the Leafs are giving up way too many shots. Their defense is not where it needs to be, but he's lucky, we're lucky that the Leafs have a solid backup as well. Robin Lehner had 38 shots against, 4 goals against for 34 saves. Not a really terrible night for him, but yeah, definitely. I don't know, Buffalo. Are you guys okay with him? Buffalo fans, do you guys like him in the crease? I'm not convinced that he's a starting goalie. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but he had a pretty good night in my opinion. So, yeah, another big night from the first goal of the game. The guy who scored, James Van Riemsdyk, scored his 30th of the season. Now, I missed this one just by a bit because I was getting in a little bit late, but I did watch the highlight. He scored from, like, an impossible angle. I believe that was the first goal. Just a nice goal for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure his own player kind of knocked his stick, and then it went into the spot basically that it took him out of position. I believe he kind of moved off the post a little bit when he was nicked, but it wasn't a Leaf player, it was a Sabre, making it his 30th goal of the season. Then, of course, you know what, why not 3 minutes later, James Van Riemsdyk scores again. He is going to get a big contract. A hat-trick last night, sorry, I almost said another hat-trick, but he didn't. He was close, but he got his second of the game, 5 goals in 2 nights. Impressive numbers, 2-0 Maple Leafs. But then the Leafs would have a little bit of a problem here, and I tweeted it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can see it on the screen. I always post my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook there. Go follow all those. But Matt Martin got in a fight with Batiste, I want to say. I'm not sure who it was, but they both landed some good shots. But it got the Buffalo fans going. It got the team going. Even though there wasn't a ton of Buffalo fans there, sorry guys, but the Leafs usually take over because of ticket prices. And they're, you know, we're a big fan base, to be honest with you. But Martin shouldn't have had that fight, and I tweeted it. Martin should not have gotten in that fight. There was no need for him to be a part of that. It just got the Sabres back into the game. And, of course, Polak would take a penalty, making it even worse. And Sam Reinhart would score his 18th of the year on the power play. Dumb fight by Martin. He didn't come back till, I think, the second period, I want to say, or maybe the late first. I can't remember. I'm not too sure, but regardless, he shouldn't have gotten that fight to begin with. So it was 2-1 going into the second period. Now, because I'm going to forget if I keep talking, Leo Komarov and William Nylander collided. I believe it was in this period. We'll have to get more updates on him. I haven't heard anything yet. You guys might know already, so if you want to comment that, I'll see it on Twitter probably instantly, probably right after I'm done this video. But hopefully Komarov is okay. I haven't been the biggest fan of his play this season, but the fact that he kills penalties, and, you know, if he's having a good night, he's usually a pretty decent player. So hopefully he gets better. Luckily, Nylander wasn't hurt. You know, having both of them hurt would be terrible. I don't want Leo to be hurt either, but unfortunately he was. But getting back to the second period, the Toronto Maple Leafs would open up the scoring even more because Connor Carrick would score his 4th of the season, ripped it from the point. A really nice one there. The Leafs needed that. Also, quick thing I want to mention, Ristolainen and Kadri. A lot of people did not like the fact that Kadri retaliated, but let me tell you something. If you get an elbow in the face, you're probably going to go after somebody. So before you go saying, oh, he shouldn't have, you know, shouldn't have gave him a shot after. First of all, Kadri didn't even hit him that hard. He did give him a sweet shot, but look at the size of Ristolainen. That shouldn't, I don't think that could have you know, taking him down. I think he knew what he was doing, drawing the penalty. Good on him. He did fall. He drew a penalty. But if I'm taking an elbow in the face, I'm going after buddy. If in the playoffs, yeah, don't do that. But, I mean, these guys have history. It's hard. Like, your arch enemy comes up and elbows you in the head, which probably you could have argued could have at least been considered a penalty. It was a late hit, and there was two guys, but he did throw up his elbow. I wasn't a fan of the hit. Kadri should have retaliated? Probably not, but here's the thing. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing, given a nice little shot. In the playoffs, don't do it, but I mean, I would have done the same thing. I'm not going to lie. So getting back to the game, the Leafs would go on the power play once again. Tyler Bozak would be right out front after a feed from James Van Riemsdyk to make the game 4-1. And, you know, even though the Leafs had the lead, Buffalo still was getting a lot of shots on goal. And it showed when they scored again. Jason Pominville on the power play. Jason Pominville scoring, I mean, he's okay. I like the guy, don't hate him, but I really wish the Leafs would find ways to play better defensively and stop giving up so many penalties. Going into the third period, Buffalo had quite a few chances. Like I mentioned, again, they were just shooting like crazy. The Leafs were okay. I mean, it was kind of a back and forth period. I don't know if they list the shots by period here. They don't. But anyways, I'm not a big fan of teams giving up so many shots, and like I mentioned, the Leafs gave up a ton, but Patrick Marleau would seal the deal with his 23rd of the season in the empty net, passing Daryl Sittler on the all-time points list. Fitting. Daryl Sittler was a pretty famous Maple Leaf if you don't follow the Maple Leafs, and I believe he's a couple behind another former Leaf, Joe Nieuwendyk. So we'll have to see that. Joe Nieuwendyk, former Stanley Cup champion for the Dallas Stars, I want to say. So pretty cool. Congratulations to Marleau. Hopefully Komarov is okay. Hopefully Anderson and Matthews can get back into some action soon. I honestly would keep resting Matthews. Let him, you know, come back when he's 150%. Let Anderson come back when he's 150%. So let me know what you guys think about this video. If you're new, please subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. We're on our way to 2,000, and we're on our road to the playoffs. There's going to be a ton of videos and streams, so make sure you stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of live streams, lots of videos. Shout out to Phil for being at the game. Leafs got a win for you in Buffalo. Leaf fans were loud tonight. Big game from Curtis McElhinney and James Van Riemsdyk. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.